To me, belly dancing is art in motion. It is your connection with the musician, your connection with the recorded track. It's your connection with your body, your mind, your soul. I am absolutely in love with this dance form. All right, so let's talk about this. I just got in from a nice long day at the Renaissance Festival where I did 7 shows with my beautiful troupe, Gazelle Belly. I'm so grateful to be a part of that community because they're a part of this story as well. Although I won't tell the full story in this video, I'm not sure if I'm going to put it out there in the first place because I feel like that would just give it more attention, and that's not what I'm trying to do. So the point of this video is to talk about what to do when you feel you've been blackballed or ostracized in a dance community. Now, first of all, I'm going to be very candid here. Some people need to be ostracized until they get themselves together. If you are out here saying horrible racist things, homophobic things, just horrible things about people or doing things, if you're a serial killer, okay, yeah, you should be ostracized. Like, you need to get some help. I laugh, but it's very true, right? There are instances where we really need to hold people accountable. When people are truly making people feel awful about themselves, then they should be ostracized. That did not happen, okay? I did not do that. I will deny that forever. The reason I can deny that is because I've gone up to people in person and I've asked them, have I done something to offend you? And they said no, yet later they came back and acted as if I had the plague. Very weird situation. But I did feel like I was in some ways being ostracized. I was being made to feel like I would not be welcomed at an event. The organizer reached out and told me that I would be, that there was no drama allowed or nothing like that. So, to answer the question of what you should do if you feel that you've been ostracized for the community, I have done this before. It always turns out great. I start my own thing. That is where Motherland Jams Belly Dance, which started as a hafla and a dance class, that's how it came about. I didn't feel very welcomed in all of the dance communities I was in. I didn't feel welcome in all of the classes. I felt like I wanted to see more people that looked like me in those spaces, and rather than waiting around to figure out who's going to start them, I decided to start them myself. We all as human beings, I feel like, are just such creative entities. We have so many wonderful ideas. And a lot of times we think that someone else is going to do it instead, or that someone else can do it better. But why not just try? I'm sure that there are people who, would like to see more, men belly dancing, and maybe they're not welcomed in certain classes. So if you are a male belly dancer, you could start an all male belly dance class so that all of those people in there would feel welcome. I've seen people start amazing drag shows because they didn't feel like what they envisioned was coming to fruition out here, so they started their own, and it's amazing, and it attracts all of the people that it needs to attract. So the number one thing I tell you to do if you feel as if you aren't welcome or you're being shunned from a community is to start your own thing. And I've talked about this before because it's something that I'm very, very passionate about. I love seeing people start their own things because there's enough for everybody. I think that a lot of times people think they have to be a part of the in crowd. It wasn't cute in high school, and it's not cute as an adult. So you don't have to do that unless you want to. Don't follow around behind any other people. When you are acting in your authenticity, it makes some people feel uncomfortable, I've recently learned, but it also lets others know that it's okay for them to do the same thing. So that's my first tip. Start your own thing. Secondly, I would advise maybe it's time for you to move. Like, sometimes you get, instances where you feel like, hey, this may not be the place for me anymore. There's nothing wrong with moving on. If you keep getting these little downloads, as they call them, that make you feel like this is no longer the place for you, maybe go somewhere else. Be the new person for a little while. Find a new community to be a part of, which could also be in the same space that you're in. You can always, find other communities, seek out other people. And to do that, to find other people who are interested in what you're interested in, go to places that you like going. So for example, if you are a hip hop dancer and you know that there are shows where people put on hip hop dance battles and you heard that it's a little different from what you're used to, maybe go and check it out. Talk to people. That's a great way to find out new things. I was talking to people in my dance class the other week and found out there's like a waterfall out in Phoenix somewhere, which obviously you know I'm all about. Reading next to water and all this kind of stuff. I learned that from talking to someone. So talk to other people and see if there's another space where you would feel more welcome. If you are in the Seattle area and you've heard that Tacoma is a little more welcoming for people like you, then maybe see if that is a better fit for you. Something like that. Change is fine. It's okay. What you shouldn't do is allow other people's shortcomings and misperceptions and misunderstandings and downright foolishness allow you to change what you're supposed to be doing. Okay? When you know that you're a good person, you provide great services, or you're a wonderful performer, and others are making you feel, just a few others, always like one or two. It's never like a huge, it's so weird. That one or two people that are making you feel that way, stay away from them, but you don't have to listen to them either. Okay, so getting away from them, maybe finding another group that, you know, makes you feel a little more like your authentic self, validates you a little bit more. Watch yourself thrive and grow in that environment. I'm happy to know that I am that space for many people in this community, because there are a lot of people who have not felt comfortable in their belly dance classes, and they have come to my class saying that, and they say that they do feel comfortable in my class. Okay, and that's something that I'm very proud of. I do not take that lightly, which is why I'm very adamant about treating people with respect in the community. So when something comes out opposite, that is slander, and I do not take kindly to that at all. So I don't have very much advice for this. I just think that, you know, it can be surprising when people do things like this, but I think that the most important thing for you to do is just to go within, and you'll know what is the best way for me to deal with this. Should I move on? Is it time for me to maybe leave this state? Am I no longer welcomed here? Should I explain myself? Should I start my own class, session, dance troupe, whatever? Should I find a new space, a new group of people who accept me? They say that we all want to be accepted. I don't know. I don't like to say that we all anything because I don't like to generalize. But I do think that many people like to be accepted. We like the community. Community is a very healing part of life. It's nice to be around other people who think like you, who act like you, like some of the same things, who you can laugh with and joke with and have a great time with. That's a fun part of life. And if you're around people who don't make you feel that way, it's okay to move. It's okay to start your own thing. And it's okay to find another group. Some people like to just kind of ghost people, not say anything. If that's your way of doing it, that's cool. But do know that it's a pretty great way to burn a bridge too. So think about that. The point is, many of us are adults. We're grown out here. We don't owe anyone an explanation. We don't have to conform to anything. When you treat people with respect, you operate in your highest form, sometimes it makes people uncomfortable. And that is a lesson that I recently learned, and honestly, it still baffles me. Because of that, I wanted to come here and spread this message. What I think you should do if someone is ostracizing you and you don't feel you've done anything wrong is to give them the finger. I'm just kidding. You should go within and find the answer for yourself. But here are a few options that you could consider. So that's all I have for you today. I hope that you do something that brings you joy, and I will see you later. Bye.
And I am a student here at Mother Jam's Belly Dance. I'm just here to say that I'm very, very happy to be here. I love it. It's very, it's just, everybody here is really nice. Abigail is wonderful. She teaches great. And, I continue to be here, of course. Every time I come here, I learn something new. So I encourage people to come here